we were looking at chapter 4 of the text related to financial markets, where we said that the assumption is that we're assuming that there are only two financial assets in which you can keep your wealth, money, and bonds. Since there are two assets, now everyone must decide what fraction of wealth to hold in bonds and what fraction to hold in money. There are no other options. So now this brings us to what is money demand. Money demand is how much of your total wealth do you want to hold in the form of money rather than interest-bearing assets like bonds. So now moving on to what does money demand depend upon. So the money demand function is given as MD is equal to $YLI. Here MD stands for money demand, where the superscriptly means the demand for. $Y represents nominal income, i.e. PY. $Y is equal to PY, and I represents the interest rate on bonds. So if now looking at this money demand function in detail, we looked at the money demand depends upon nominal income, $Y. Now, nominal income here is used as a proxy for the level of transactions in the economy. The higher the nominal income is, the more transactions that take place that require the use of money, so more money is needed. Now, this also brings us to the question, why are we using nominal income and not real income? This is because both higher Y and higher P imply more transaction needs, so just real income Y will not be enough. For example, suppose your only transactions are that you buy a cup of coffee every day. If the price of coffee increases, you will require more money to complete those transactions, even though the quantity of items you buy remain unchanged. So in addition to a higher Y, a higher P also implies more transaction needs, which require the use of money. The second thing that we talked about money demand depends upon is interest rate on bonds, as in bonds an alternative way of holding wealth. So interest rate on bonds represents the opportunity cost of holding wealth in form of money rather than interest-bearing bonds, because when you're holding money, you're giving up the interest you could earn by holding bonds. So if the interest rate is higher, then it will be more attractive to hold wealth in form of bonds rather than money. In short, a higher interest rate means a higher opportunity cost of holding money and not investing in bonds, so it's more attractive to hold bonds which pay interest. So demand for money depends positively on nominal income, which is used as a proxy for the level of transactions in the economy, which require the use of money, and negatively on the interest rate, which represents the opportunity cost of holding money and not investing in bonds.